So we talked about how Sharon was replaced. She was replaced with Rio here. She's also a Green Witch. Rio now has to be acquainted with the coven, and it's going to be quite interesting. Now, I do want to point out on this door, right by Agatha's hand, is a hidden Mickey within the crystals, the clear ones. So that was a cool part of that. So in this trial, they're like set in the 70s. We also see a hidden Mickey within the lamp that is on the right-hand side on the table. Now on the wall are decor of witches being unalived is the best way to describe it in multiple ways, that the witch trials, both in Salem and in Europe, took place. So we can see that happening, and it's kind of frightening to these women, but also it's a very horrific and sad history. Here we have pictures of famous bands like Fleetwood Mac, which is pretty cool. And then we have the coven ending up needing to sing the ballad, but in Alice's mother's version. And this is when Alice can see the curse, and she's actually able to defeat it, and like she goes all out. Brava, brava. But it was quite a performance. Of course, Agatha has to be the lead singer, right? But Alice really went all in on the piano and was able to take it out. But the way that the camera worked around their singing was interesting. Very rarely did they get the entirety of the group in a shot, so this was like a rare moment. Mostly it like focused on one at a time or like two at a time. No, I will say I laughed out loud at this show because I actually thought that this was a joke on the Moms of Liberty. If you know about them, they try to infiltrate schools and try to get things banned, and they're very, very conservative group. However, boy, was I wrong, because the Daughters of Liberty was actually a group. We don't learn about them in school, but the Daughters of Liberty was formed in 1766 to formalize their political agency during the Stamp Act crisis. So clearly this was before the official of the United States. I apologize. Now, you may have heard the Sons of Liberty, maybe not, but they're similar too. They did support the Sons of Liberty, but in Marvel, they are part of Earth 616, which is kind of what we're in this this group of Marvel. And so the Daughters of Liberty, right, or also known as the Daughters of Light in some of the comics, is a group of women that were formed in the late 18th century Europe that preached freedom. However, the group disbanded when their leader was sentenced to death by beheading, though one of her followers fled to the colonies. So maybe that's Leela? I mean, I'm not trying to give... I apologize. I'm really not trying to give, like, theories here, but yeah. Anyway, spreading the message of freedom in the colonies, the Daughters of Liberties were born as a sisterhood of guardians protecting knowledge of the new era. They were trained in the ways of combat, such as swordsmanship. They were also trained in the ways of magic by Agatha Harkness, aka that's why you don't hear about them, and in science of Dryad, the leader of their time. The Daughters of Liberty made it their mission to protect freedom at all costs and protect the humanity against its own excesses of power, ensuring these were used wisely. This included former Dryad Harriet Tubman helping lead over 300 slaves to freedom, of the North during the 19th century. In the mid 20th century, Alexa Volkov recruited Peggy Carter, a young Virginian tomboy, into the organization. Wait, what? But Peggy was British. I'm confused. Anyway, Volkov became Carter's handler and trained her to become a lethal agent. Carter's first mission was to make sure the super soldier serum inside Captain America never fell into the wrong hands. Though the two fell in love during her assignment, she would later become the current Dryad. Okay, and then it continues on to talk about Sharon Carter, and some more people, but basically there are quite a few people that are in this that we know of. Anyway, come back tomorrow because I'm going to have 2 more videos to celebrate our October Spooktacular. We're going to be covering Morbius and Spider-Man Homecoming tomorrow with the Easter eggs. So check back in, and if you haven't already, like, subscribe, comment your favorite part of this episode. And if you haven't already, like I said, hit that bell button so you get notified every time we post.